When you are looking for a home, what makes a good area a good area? Is it location, schools, affordability, or just convenience and amenities? So today we are looking at 5 very different but great areas in Chandler, ultimately to see which area may be perfect for you depending on your personal needs. I am Courtney, your local Phoenix Realtor, here to share all things Phoenix. And if you need any help buying, selling, or relocating, reach out. But let's jump into neighborhood number 5, and this is Ocotillo. So Ocotillo is actually a fairly large master plan community in the south side of Chandler. It's about 1,900 acres. So Chandler's big boom was in the 90s, and you'll see a few master plan communities here, like Pecos Ranch, Fulton Ranch, but you don't see as many master plan communities as some of these neighboring areas that have newer development, like Eastmark and Mesa, or some of the southeast parts of Gilbert, and definitely Queen Creek. So let's talk about Ocotillo. So Ocotillo really is a gorgeous master plan community, and it surrounds the Ocotillo golf course. And then you also have a lot of these small man-made lakes kind of sprinkled throughout Ocotillo. And then within Ocotillo, you have several sub-communities, and there is a mixture of different types of properties. You do have some of these gorgeous luxury apartments. There are some pockets of townhomes, but primarily it is comprised of single family homes. Now, if you are looking for more of a luxury apartment, you're probably going to be looking in the about $500,000 range. Some of the townhomes might be a little bit lower than $500K. Now, for single family homes, though, you're going to see a variety of prices. If you're open or looking for more of a simple starter home, you might be able to find something in the 500s. But if you're looking for more of a waterfront property or a house right on the golf course, you're probably going to be looking closer to that $1 million range or even above. Many of the sub-communities within Ocotillo actually are gated communities, and a lot of these communities also have great amenities, pools, spas, pickleball courts. And something to note, even though Ocotillo really is so far south, you aren't terribly far away from the 101 and the 202 interchange. And then as far as schools, you are right next to Hamilton High School, which on niche.com actually has consistently received really good ratings. Now, as far as amenities go in this area of Chandler, you do have quite a few shopping centers that have grocery stores, gyms, basic shopping, some decent options for restaurants. And if you like Mediterranean food, you have to check out Green Corner Cafe. They have the best baba ganoush. But the best amenity in this area really are the parks, both indoor and outdoor. So you have Tumbleweed Park and Recreation Center, not that far away. And then you also have a sports complex right around the corner from you. There's also the Big Air Trampoline Park. And if you are a climber or are interested in climbing, they have a fantastic boulder climbing gym called Alta Boulders Gym. But let's jump to our next area of Chandler, number 4, and this is the west side of Chandler. A lot of people actually lump this area of Chandler in with Tempe. I mean, look at this map. It is kind of just its own section or arm of Chandler on the west side. And then this area of Chandler is also in the Kyrene School District, which is shared with Tempe, Ahwatukee, and Guadalupe. And this school district has consistently received good ratings. You can see this on niche.com, greatschools.org, even Area Vibes. As far as residential properties, this area is fairly eclectic. You have neighborhoods with it, HOAs, no HOAs, townhomes, apartments, simple starter homes, and then also multi-million-dollar homes. Most of the construction in this area is from the 80s and maybe the early 90s. So currently in 2023, the median sales price for this area is $478,000. There are currently some townhomes for sale in the low to mid 300s. Single family homes, however, are gonna be in the mid to high 400s, and they really do go up from there. And as I mentioned before, there are some pockets of really beautiful, expensive homes. Now, one awesome part about this area is you are close to 3 major highways. You have the 101, the 202, and then the 10. So just having those options for highway access can be a game changer if you need to commute for work, or maybe you need to get to the airport frequently. So as far as amenities, there are some good options for restaurants, but where I feel this area really wins is the access to shopping. You have the Chandler Fashion Center, which is a huge mall, pretty much any store that you could think of. And then you also have the Phoenix Premium Outlets just southwest of you. And I promise you, any store you can think of is going to be found in either this outlet mall or the regular mall, Chandler Fashion Center. And then in addition, right on the border of Chandler and Tempe, you have a very large shopping area with several furniture stores and IKEA, Costco, REI. So this area definitely wins for having the best shopping. But now we're gonna go slightly northeast to area number 3, and this is the Heatherbrook Ironwood area. So this is the most north part of Chandler, and it definitely is a little bit older, but also slightly more affordable than some of the other zip codes or regions that we're going to talk about today. So a lot of these homes were built in the 70s and early 80s. And if you look at these homes, you'll notice the architecture is a little bit different during this time. You don't see as much of the stucco and the tile roofs, that traditional Western style home. A lot of these neighborhoods in this area actually don't have HOAs. And depending what you're looking at, that could be a really good thing or that could be a problem for you. So a lot of the homes in this area are simpler homes. A lot of them are 3 bedrooms, 2 baths, less than 2,000 square feet. And if you're okay with either a smaller home or maybe a home that's a little outdated or needs a little TLC, there are some homes on the market right now in the low 400. But if you're looking for more of a move-in ready home, you're probably going to be looking closer to that $500,000-$600,000 range. Now, one of the main reasons I'm actually highlighting this area is the location. You are directly on the 101. So if you are trying to be in an area that is as central as possible while staying in the city bounds of Chandler, this would be an excellent option for you. But let's jump to area number 2, and this is downtown Chandler. Now, again, the neighborhoods around this area are pretty eclectic. You have older homes from the 60s, and then you have these brand new luxury apartments. Now, why I'm highlighting this area is because the actual downtown of Chandler is pretty amazing. You have several incredible restaurants, there's great nightlife, there's good live music. Murphy's Law plays a lot of music on the weekends, and then the Perch, their rooftop bar, they usually have some live music on Fridays and Saturday nights as well. And the rooftop bar at the Perch is also a great sunset spot. They have a speakeasy called the Ostrich. Peixoto is a fantastic coffee spot. And then in the main courtyard area, they have frequent farmers markets. Now, in the past handful of years, we have seen more and more apartment complexes being built around the downtown area. So I would say there are more renters in this area than homeowners. So even if you end up not buying a home here, it is still a fantastic area to check out. Downtown Chandler, they really have done a great job, and it is one of the best downtown areas in the Phoenix greater area. The last area I'm gonna talk about today, number 1, this is the most southeast corner of Chandler. Now, the area I'm really talking about in this southeast area, this is a lot of the beautiful neighborhoods off of Chandler Heights Boulevard and then Riggs Road. In general, the further southeast you go in Chandler, but also the greater Phoenix area, you're gonna notice the construction is newer and newer. So this specific area of Chandler, you'll see a lot of homes that were built in the early 2000s all the way up to really recently. And I do want to make a note, this area, or this zip code in particular, is actually the most expensive zip code in Chandler. The median sales price is $665,000. Most of the neighborhoods in this area are gated communities. You will see larger homes, slightly larger lots, and a lot of beautifully manicured backyards. But this does come with a cost. So a lot of the homes you'll see closer to that $900,000 range, and then proceed to go up from there. Now, if you are looking for a home in this price range, one thing I really do like about this area of Chandler versus some of its counterparts in Southeast Gilbert or even Queen Creek, these homes are just slightly older than these other areas. And as a result of that, the landscaping is more mature, yes, feels a little greener. You also are right next to Basha High School, which on niche.com you can see received good ratings. And then as far as amenities, you do have the Mesquite Aquatic Center. You're right next to the Veterans Oasis Park, and there's a few beautiful golf courses as well. But overall, this area does have somewhat more of a rural feel to it. Now, you do have all your amenities, your basic amenities like grocery stores, pharmacies, hardware store, but you aren't going to have as many options, particularly for restaurants and shopping, as you would in some of these other regions that we talked about today. So if you guys are hungry to learn more about Chandler, I do have this playlist right here talking about, the good, the bad, and the ugly of living here. And again, thank you so much for your time. I always appreciate it, and I hope you have a fantastic day.